What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers, and break down what's happening with the overall market thus far, what you should be watching for as time progresses, what's going on with the economic calendar, what you should be watching for into today. There's some very, very interesting things developing on Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, and all these different charts. Before I begin the doubles information, before I give you guys a very quick pre-market update, let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 or more, you guaranteed 75 of them. And the offer ends very soon in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, for SPY, we have a very, very interesting wedge-like pattern that's developing right here. And SPY has been attempting to try to hit this resistance at this 520 area. It hasn't been able to break this yet as we are range bound, but I see potential in this to try to continue to do so because we're getting some bullish signals. So I want to break down a couple of things about SPY before I break down more details. Let's first talk about this. Today is Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. Do not forget that at 10 o'clock a.m. we have the Economic Optimism Index report coming out. Might cause some volatility, so look for volatility 30 minutes after the market opens at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then at 11:30 a.m., we have the 42-day bill auction coming out. At 1 p.m., we have the 3-year note auction. So look for some bill auctions at those times. But as of right now, the market's holding up nicely. And look for some volatility at 10 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All this data is also preparing us for Wednesday when we have CPI coming out before the market opens. That's going to be very important as well. So get ready for all of that. For news about the markets, we had a flat day in the S&P 500. Many of the indices, many of the indices out there, the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq Composite. We also saw some news that Tesla settled a debt lawsuit brought by the family of Walter Huang. He passed away, sadly, after his Model X SUV crashed into a highway barrier, but now things have been settled. Tesla also filed to seal the terms of the settlement from the public view, but so far that's something worth noting. There's also news right over here about the Binance CEO Richard Tang saying that the cryptocurrency exchange has moved past the cultural issues after paying $4.3 billion in fines to settle charges from the Justice Department. And Spirit Airways said on Monday it's going to basically defer deliveries of new aircraft, and furlough about 260 pilots in an effort to boost liquidity. That's a big change right over here, and they have a lot of funding for that. So that's it for the main headlines. Just wanted to say we got some good news for Tesla. We got some analysts being less bearish on them. They got some improved sales, at least in China, for the month of March, according to reports. And then on top of that, they also settled the lawsuit. So some good news for Tesla came out. For the market, let's talk about this. What's going on with SPY? SPY has support currently at 518.81, the 50 EMA, and also 518. If you lose 518, SPY is going to likely drop all the way down towards 517.5, 516.5, and then 515. But 518 is going to be a key level. If we lose that, we start sinking. We also have resistance building at 520. If we break through this is a tough resistance so far. It took like almost 2 days for us to try to break it. We haven't broken it yet, but we're attempting to do so. If it breaks 520, look for a push to the imbalance fill at least 522. So we'll have to see if SPY can break this resistance or not. As of right now, it has potential to try to do so, because when you look at the 4-hour time frame, we're building momentum and trying to continue to push, and we look kind of bullish on the 4-hour. I could see the attempt to get up to at least 522, build this imbalance if we end up getting a nice break above 520. So I'm seeing some potential upside coming. We need to try to break this first to get to at least 522, then watch resistance up there, as we could end up getting a big rejection later on. With the QQQ, we look a little bullish as well. We're trying to push a little higher, and we're looking for this resistance around 442.5. If we break that, 444 is going to be on the watch, followed by this imbalance at 445. If we end up dipping, watch 440 is key support. If we lose this, watch 438. As of right now, we're also range bound on the QQQ just like SPY, but I'm seeing potential for us to try to get higher to about 444. We need a confirmation breakout first above 442.5, but I'm seeing some potential upside coming to the QQQ and SPY, at least temporarily. We may attempt to go a little higher today before we continue to consolidate, so watch and see if we can get that push. As for Tesla, we're on a bit of an uptrend, and making higher highs and higher lows for the last 2 days. Tesla also looks like it could push higher to fill an imbalance at 175. If that breaks, we're going to be looking for a move for 177.6 as well, followed by 180 as resistance. We also have support at 171.5. If we lose that, watch 170.5 and 167.8. Overall, Tesla is on an uptrend, it's holding up nicely, and it could push even higher. So I see potential in Tesla to go higher, but make sure you watch and see if we could hold above 171.5. Could dip a bit when we open and start pushing higher, and I think it has potential to go all the way up to at least 177. The chart is looking quite decent. For Aapl, We came down quite a bit. We're going to be looking at resistance at 169. We're just under that. And also at 169.11 the 50 EMA. So watch 169. If we break this, watch 170. If we fail to break this, we're going to be coming down to 168. Overall, there is an attempt to rebound a bit on Apple, so we'll have to see how it goes. I could see a test of 169. For Nvidia, very similar. We're testing the 20 EMA at 872. If we break this, watch 877. If we fail to break this, we're going to be coming back down to about 866. Look for this test right here. Can we break past 872? It looks like it might attempt to do so. So I could see 877 being tested, but then I'm not too confident it's going to continue to break out much more. Could see a little push right here and then lots of consolidation. Nvidia is not as strong as before, as we're starting to see less volume and different factors like that. Besides that, let me just go over a couple more before I conclude this video. Supermicro has resistance currently at 930. If we break down, watch 950 to 980. For support, you're going to be watching 900. If we lose that, this thing could be dipping all the way down to 880. Overall, we're going to be watching to see how support holds and think how things can end up moving. SoFi is on a bit of an uptrend. It's trying to break this key resistance right here. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, I'm actually seeing a nice setup on SoFi. So we have a potential inverse head and shoulders like structure. We also have this imbalance up here to fill all the way up towards 850, but we want to see if this thing can try to break above 7.78, try to hold above our 200 EMA at 7.8. If we do so, we could push higher. If we fail to do so, it is what it is, but I do see potential in this. For Coinbase, we're trading kind of sideways. We're barely holding our 50 EMA at 252. If we lose this, we could come down to fill this gap. If we hold this, we could try to rebound, but watch it very, very carefully. I'm going to be very patient with this one. And then finally, for a few more, we also have the VIX. Not really doing a whole lot. It's still kind of flat at the 20 EMA. We'll see if this bounces or not. With that being said, guys, I want to conclude the video from here. That's what I'm seeing on these different setups. Amazon, still kind of bullish. We have resistance at 187, support at 184. It is still on an uptrend. It could push a little higher. Same thing with Meta. Could push a little bit higher as well. We're approaching support at 520 and also 515.87. If we hold up, we could see an attempt to rebound if we could try to hold above 520. A rebound to about 527 looks like a real possibility. 525 and 527. But for now, let's see how it holds above 520. If we hold this, look for a rebound. If we fail to do so, we sink. So give Meta a little bit more time. Anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Thank you for listening. And let me just note that when it comes to the market, I'll give you guys another update in about 1.5 to 2 hours after all the data comes out. Then we'll give you guys another warning about the markets with CPI. So that's kind of like on my agenda for the time being. I'll be back in about 2 hours or so after the market ends up opening and such. But, all right. So I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Do what you have to do. And just know the market is pretty tricky. Watch resistance very carefully on SPY and the others and see if you get that break before you end up trying to do anything. I would say just be patient and do what's best for your own portfolios. Thank you for listening and peace out.